Hey everybody, what's happening? Tim here, Gamma VD. Quick one today. I want to show you a trick that you can do with your rack receivers to make them work just a little bit better. Stay tuned. So this is what we're doing. By design, there's clearance to allow the awning side to fit the rack side. But the interface is a little bit loose, and when you get your two pins in there, it can still jiggle a little bit. Now on a heavy awning, you don't really notice, but on a lighter weight awning, you can hear that. And so one way we address that is we can just replace one of these pins with a bolt and essentially squeeze the walls of the rack receiver together to tighten it up. We're gonna do something different today, and that is we're gonna add a little set screw to what is the bottom of this part, and that'll not only get rid of that slop, but it'll actually will push that up a little bit, so we'll gain a little bit of that vertical height again on the actual awning. So let's check it out. What I do on the vise, use like a shop towel or a rag or something just to protect the finish so it doesn't get scratched up by my vise. And then I'm using a M6 tap drill. So if you go down to like the Home Depot or something, you can get a little set that has the tap and the drill that you want. You can do whatever thread you want, but I have some M6 bolts around. I know I use 10mm wrenches kind of everywhere, so it just kind of seems like the right one to do in this case. So yeah, I'm just gonna drill a hole real quick and get into it. Pretty easy. So pretty easy. I put a hole there. I'm going to add this to the CAD file. So on the next revision, these will already come with a hole. You can use it, you can not use it. But I'm going to put one here for bottom installs, and then I'm going to put one back here for top installs so that you can kind of catch it in the other direction. So I think that'll be a nice upgrade. And then tapping's pretty simple. Just going to use my little tap handle, and I'll just do this by hand. It really will just take a couple seconds to put these threads in there, and then I'll be ready to put this back up on the truck. Okay, all done. I've actually got two of these, and I got my bolt in there, threads in there really nice, and that's really about as far up as it's ever going to go, about right like that. This bolt is too long, but let me show you why. If I look up here on the rack, this receiver is going to go here. I don't have that much room between the bottom of that rack receiver and the top of this Expo bar, so I'm just gonna have to cut that bolt down. And so I think that's a 20 millimeter. This is an M6 by 20 millimeter, and really you need something that's more like 10 to 12 millimeters long. So that's okay. Throw it in the bench vise. We'll chop that thing off real quick. Yeah, it's always a good time cutting down a bolt. If you can avoid that, I suggest it, but there you go. So that's kind of the finished product. Nice and flush there. I've got, maybe 5 millimeters of travel here, which is plenty. I doubt I'll be able to get it up that high before I run out of travel with that pin, and that's just perfect. So yeah, I got two of these ready to go. Let's get them bolted back up to the truck, see how it looks. And here we go, the finished product. So could have gone a little shorter on the bolt. We'll see how it goes, but it is touching the lower Expo bar there. But yeah, I just have a little wrench that I can basically put some tension on that rack receiver, and should be buttoned up. And here you go. Here's the finished product. So no awning, of course, but a couple pins through. You can see my bolt, and then all I will do is twist this to tighten it underneath the awning, right? And then that makes it to where that guy can't move anymore. So should solve the issue. So here we are, all buttoned up, got the pins in. And if I push up on this, you can see that movement. So what I'm gonna do is, got my little wrench, reach in there, tighten that screw or bolt, sorry, while I push up on the awning and I just get some of that play out of there. And that took me like 30 seconds in fast forward mode. But now this thing is super snug. So yeah, totally solved it. I'm gonna go tighten the one in the front. The one in the middle I didn't bother with. One, it's hard to reach, and two, I think one or two is probably gonna solve this thing. So it wasn't that loose to begin with, especially with this big heavy OVS awning. But in any case, I'm gonna tighten the front and then I'll wrap this up. So all done. Awning's on, not gonna make any noise. It's gonna take me an extra minute to take it off, but that's okay. And I gotta remember to keep my little 10mm wrench handy. But trick you can do, and again, it's, you know, summer of 2024, probably by the end of the year, we'll have another batch of these that'll already have that hole in it. So really all you need to do is tap some threads if you choose to do that little mod with the bolt. So I hope this was helpful to you. And as always, let me know your questions, what else you want to see, and of course, I will see you on the next one.